All right, let's just get right into it. Today, in this explainer, we are completely dismantling everything the supplement industry has ever told you about protein and muscle growth. If you've ever felt totally overwhelmed by fitness advice, and honestly, who hasn't, you are absolutely in the right place. We're going to look at the hard, undeniable scientific data to separate all that marketing hype from biological reality. So get ready, because you're about to completely rethink your entire post-workout routine.
We've got to start by challenging this incredibly stressful gym bro culture. You know exactly the vibe I'm talking about, right? The insane 300-gram daily protein targets, the sheer panic if you miss a single meal, and of course those massively expensive post-workout shakes you just feel forced to chug. The fitness industry has basically brainwashed us into thinking that massive protein intake is this ultimate magic secret to massive gains. But looking at the data today, we really have to ask ourselves, are you actually building muscle, or are you just buying really expensive groceries?
Section 1. The Great Protein Obsession, or as I like to call it, building mansions instead of bricks. Think of it like this. Lifting weights essentially tells your body to build a house, and protein provides the bricks. But the supplement industry wants you to blindly buy enough bricks to build a massive mansion, completely ignoring the fact that your body only has so many builders on site.
Which brings us to Section 2. How much do we need? Let's take a look at the reality behind that legendary 1 gram per pound rule. When researchers actually sat down and analyzed 62 long-term muscle growth studies, the results completely shattered those gym bro expectations.
So researchers looked at extreme intakes. We're talking pushing protein to 270 grams a day, which is roughly 6 whole chicken breasts. Using gym bro math, that should mean triple the gains, right? Well, wrong. The scientific reality is that pushing protein to those absolute extreme heights resulted in identical or sometimes even less muscle gained compared to just moderate intakes. Your body simply cannot use all those extra bricks.
And here's the kicker. Those extra bricks come at a massive cost. Overconsuming an extra 100 grams of protein daily beyond what your body can actively use, it just gets burned for energy. It definitely doesn't magically turn into bicep tissue. If you're getting that extra protein from heavy meat consumption or really pricey powders, that's costing you around $1,500 a year in completely wasted groceries. You are literally flushing your money away.
So what's the sweet spot? The absolutely crucial takeaway here is that eating 0.55 to 0.63 grams per pound of body weight maximizes gains for the vast majority of lifters. Let's put that into perspective. If you weigh 160 pounds, that is just 88 to 100 grams a day. That's it. Now, if you want a little extra insurance, 0.64 to 0.72 is a great target. Honestly, you only ever need to push toward that old 1 gram per pound rule if you're heavily dieting and trying to preserve muscle at very low body fat percentages. All right, moving to Section 3, the anabolic window myth. Please stop chugging shakes in the parking lot. We are officially done with this anxiety-inducing idea that you absolutely must consume protein within 30 minutes of your last set or you instantly lose all your gains.
Here is the deal. If you eat a totally standard pre-workout meal a couple of hours before you hit the gym, your bloodstream is already flooded with amino acids. Because of this, your actual post-workout anabolic window stays wide open for a very comfortable 4 to 6 hours. And it gets better. The anabolic effect of your workout actually persists for a full 24 hours. So yes, you have plenty of time to drive home, take a nice shower, and eat a normal meal. No parking lot panic shakes required.
The incredibly relieving scientific truth is backed up by the International Society of Sports Nutrition. In their 2017 position stand, they stated that the absolute strongest predictor of muscle hypertrophy, which, is just the fancy scientific term for muscle growth, is your total daily protein intake. Just getting enough high-quality protein by the end of the day strongly beats obsessing over the exact minute you swallow it.
Let's transition to Section 4, protein quality in plants and why essential amino acids matter. Because it's not just about the raw amount of protein on your plate. It's heavily about how much of it your body can actually break down, absorb, and put to work. Scientists measure this bioavailability using a system called DIAAS, the Digestible Indispensable Amino Acid Score. Essentially, it looks at the true digestibility of essential amino acids in your intestines. And studies show that omnivore diets generally boast an 11% higher DIAAS score than vegetarian diets. This is simply because animal proteins naturally have a complete amino acid profile and they lack the anti-nutritional factors you sometimes find in plants. They're just slightly more bioavailable. And the data we have from a 2019 study on endurance athletes brilliantly illustrates exactly why this matters. It clearly shows how available, digestible protein directly correlates to both a person's lean body mass and their peak torque, which is a really good measure of strength. Basically, the more highly digestible essential amino acids your body can easily access, the better equipped it is to maintain and build lean tissue.
Now, if you are plant-based, listen to me. Do not panic. You absolutely do not need to abandon your diet. Plant-based lifters don't need to stress at all. Simply adding a small 10 to 22 gram protein buffer completely bridges that quality gap. That's literally it. Just toss in one extra handful of edamame or a slightly larger portion of tofu, and your body suddenly has all the essential amino acids it needs to perfectly match the anabolic potential of an omnivore.
So this brings us to Section 5, the real rules of muscle, the holistic growth blueprint. If we aren't supposed to be obsessing over 300 grams of protein in those stressful 30-minute windows, what exactly should we be focusing on to actually see results?
First up, rather than drinking one giant 100-gram protein bomb that your body can't even fully process at once, the science points to distribution. Aiming for 3 to 4 meals a day, hitting specific targets based on your body weight, is the true sweet spot for maximizing muscle protein synthesis. For example, if you're a 180-pound person, that means you're looking at just 20 to 25 grams of high-quality protein per meal. Totally manageable.
Second, we have to pull back and look at the complete system. The absolute, undeniable reality is that without progressive overload in the gym, without a modest calorie surplus to actually fuel the building process, and without a solid 7 to 9 hours of sleep for recovery, well, all that extra protein is completely useless. Without a strong training signal and the energy to back it up, absolutely nothing gets built. It's like having a pile of bricks with zero builders.
So I want to leave you with this incredibly liberating final thought. The science is crystal clear. Your body is remarkably efficient, and building muscle simply does not require extreme, expensive, and stressful dietary rules. Save your hard-earned money, actually enjoy the food you eat, and focus on the holistic systems, smart progressive training, adequate calories, and proper restful sleep that actually drive real results. So what do you say? Are you ready to stop stressing over protein and start trusting the real blueprint? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will see you next time.